The animated movie, The Lion King, 25 years ago should be a childhood memory of many people. 25 years later, The Lion King was remade, a movie with no real animals, no actors, or even a camera, which truly restored the plot of the animated movie. On the prairie, the animals live happily in the glorious kingdom of Mufasa the Lion King. On this day, Mufasa stood on the glory rock and roared to call the animals. For a while, elephants, rhinos, antelopes, zebras and all the animals on the prairie came to congratulate the birth of Prince Simba. The high priest of the kingdom, Rafiki, personally held the canonization ceremony. He put a red seal on Simba's head, held Simba to the front of the glory stone, and swore to all the animals, "Simba is the next one, heir to the throne." In such a lively scene, only Mufasa's younger brother Scar was absent, because he was very dissatisfied in his heart. He and Mufasa had the same blood, but the glory and power always belonged to Mufasa. Scar's heart gradually started to blacken. He began to plan a conspiracy against Simba, but young Simba knew nothing about it. The next day, Simba met his uncle Scar on the way home, and he chatted with Simba about the land of silence next to the glory grassland. It is said that there is an elephant's grave, and he deliberately aroused Simba's curiosity. So Simba called his childhood sweetheart Nala after returning home. The two sang songs all the way and set off to the north. After running for a long time, they came to the land of silence. It was full of dirty water and dead animals, and there was nothing here but black rocks. While the two little lions were curiously exploring, the group of hyenas, the enemies of the glory grassland, suddenly appeared. In their eyes, the two little lions were delicious food. Eating them not only fills the stomach, they can also avenge their comrades who died in battle for many years. Just when Simba and Nala were in despair, Mufasa came. He raised his paws, grabbed them one by one, and threw the hyenas aside. And the group of hyenas could only tremble in the face of the Lion King, and quickly made a way out. After returning to the grassland, Mufasa did not blame Simba, but told him the king should protect his body and only go forward when he has to. Simba shoulders the future of the grassland, and he must learn to protect himself. You also shouldn't put Nala in danger. At this time, Scar sneaked into the quiet place, and he came to negotiate with the hyena group. In order to obtain the throne of the Kingdom of Glory, he did not hesitate to sacrifice the interests of the kingdom. He allows the pack of hyenas to enter the glorious grasslands. Scar took Simba to the canyon the next day to teach him the Lion King's must-have skill, the lion roar. The naive Simba believed Scar's words, so he practiced by himself. At this time, groups of wildebeest were driven into the canyon by hyenas, and countless wildebeest rushed towards Simba like a torrent. In order to avoid being stepped on, Simba had to hide on the top of a dead tree. Scar reports to Mufasa. Hearing that Simba was in danger, Mufasa rushed directly into the herd of wildebeest without thinking too much. He tried his best to get close to Simba, but when he directed Simba to jump on his back, he was hit by the wildebeest. Mufasa and Simba rolled to the ground together. But the strong Mufasa jumped quickly. He got up, grabbed Simba by the mouth, and lowered him to a nearby cliff, where he was knocked to the ground by a wildebeest. At which point Mufasa was badly injured, but jumped back onto the cliff. When he was about to climb to the top, he saw Scar's hideous and ugly face. Scar had been looking forward to this day for too long. Facing the weak Mufasa, he swung his claws directly and knocked him down. Just like that, Mufasa fell to the ground and was ruthlessly trampled to death by the wildebeest. Simba on the cliff did not see Scar attacking Mufasa, he only saw the scene of Mufasa falling. After the wildebeest dispersed, Simba found Mufasa. Mufasa lay motionless on the ground, dead. Then Scar appeared, and he told Simba that Simba was the murderer who killed his father Mufasa, and that he would be blamed by all the animals when he returned to the grassland. Scar's words frightened the young Simba, and he turned and ran away up. Scar secretly signaled the hyena group to kill Simba. Simba, who was chased by the hyena group and ran desperately, finally fell off the cliff. The hyenas thought Simba was dead, so they went back to report. But Simba survived under the blessing of God. And then he walked along the desert to the north of the grassland. The desert is boundless, there is no food, no water source, and the young Simba finally fainted to the ground. At this time, a group of vultures eating decaying corpses found him. They were about to taste the rare lion meat, but Simba was rescued by a warthog Pumbaa and a mongoose Timon. They decide to help Simba when they find out that they actually saved a lion. After all, having a lion as a friend makes them feel very honorable. They took Simba into the jungle. This jungle is the territory of small animals, because there are no huge predators here, and everyone lives together harmoniously. If they are hungry, they will eat worms and live like this for many years. Gradually, Simba almost forgot that he was actually a lion. He danced and sang happily every day. On the other side, Scar led the hyenas back to the glory grassland. He became the new king through violence and killing. The entire prairie began to live in darkness. In order to find her own light, the young lioness Nala left the glory grassland in the dark. And she wanted to go out to find new hope. After several days of climbing and waiting, Nappa finally came to this jungle. The hungry Nala was about to prey on Pumbaa and Timon. Simba appeared in time, and he fought with Nala. Simba suddenly recognized that the lioness in front of him was his childhood sweetheart Nala, and he immediately happily called out Nala's name. In this way, the two little friends who hadn't seen each other for many years happily played in the jungle all day. When it was getting late, Simba began to persuade Nala to stay. But Nala told Simba that the Kingdom of Glory was in dire straits. They needed Simba to come forward to defeat Scar. Let's get back the glory that belongs to everyone. But at this time Simba still thought that he killed his father, and he still couldn't get out of this shadow. He doesn't want to go back. He could only watch the disappointed Nala leave. Not long after Nala left, the high priest Rafiki found the jungle. He guided Simba to the small river and cast a spell to let Simba see Mufasa. Seeing the grown-up Simba, Mufasa was very pleased. He told Simba that the proudest thing in his life was having Simba as his son. He hopes that Simba can face up to himself and live a wonderful life. Mufasa's words awakened Simba. He let out the Lion King's roar for the first time, and then galloped all the way to catch up with Nala. The two walked together and returned to the glory grassland again. At this time, the glory grassland had long been ruined by Scar and the hyenas. Seeing that the kingdom left by his father has become like this, Simba is angry. He rushes to the glory stone. At this time, Scar is forcing his mother to submit. Simba goes up without thinking about it and prepares to challenge Scar. But Scar knew that he could not defeat the young Simba. So he talked about Simba's murder of his father Mufasa again meanly. His words hit Simba's weakness, and Simba was forced by Scar's accusation. Had to go straight backwards. Just when half of Simba's body was about to fall off the cliff, the ecstatic Scar told the truth that he himself killed Mufasa. As a result, this ignited the most primitive anger in Simba's heart. He jumped up and slapped Scar to the cliff with a few slaps. Simba's mother also led the lions to defeat the hyenas. The cunning pack of hyenas came straight to the bottom of the Pride Stone. And they started eating the wounded Scar. In this way, Simba became the new king of the glory grassland. A few years later, Simba uttered his own roar again. The animals gathered under the glory stone, and the high priest raised Simba's son above his head, announcing to all the animals that the kingdom had a new heir. This is the end of the film. For many people, The Lion King is an indispensable childhood fairy tale. It is the epitome and inheritance of the spiritual core of a generation. He taught us love and responsibility positively, and taught us to restrain greed negatively. It's a very good movie. Thanks for watching.